Hey, what's up, Fight Freaks? I'm the Combat Remix, and just remember, you can't prove that I'm not Remix. So don't bother thinking about it. This is your UFC 309 Aftermath. Prelims were great for the most part. Opening up with Eduarda Moura getting the decision win over Veronica Hardy, which was a fairly decent fight. Then we saw 3 stoppages in a row. Oban Elliott starching Basil Hafez, and Ramiz Brahima doing the same to Mickey Gall. Now the 3rd consecutive stoppage was actually a doctor stoppage after the 2nd round. But Marcin Tybura was landing so much ground and pound on Joan Ita Dainez that I thought the ref would step in and call it. Tybura's victory was even more impressive because he was in big trouble early, but was able to turn the tides. David Onama defeated Roberto Primero, winning all 3 rounds. But the bout was one of most entertaining on the card, and it was much more competitive than the scorecards might infer. Jim Miller submits Damon Jackson via guillotine choke in the 1st round. Although Jackson was doing rather well before we got subbed, Marcus McGee defeated Jonathan Martinez via decision, 29-28 on all scorecards. Martinez wasn't nearly as active as I anticipated. He had a really strong 3rd round, and it looked like he could possibly get a late finish, but no. Mauricio Ruffi defeated James Lontop via decision, 29-28 on all scorecards. Lontop is living proof that a real-life human can have a skull made of pure adamantium, which made this fight all the more entertaining. Even more impressively, Lontop took this fight on short notice. The next 2 fights were the duds of the event. Viviane Araujo versus Karine Silva and Bo Nickel versus Paul Craig were both less than action-packed decisions, but I would still argue that both fights were more fun to watch than Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson. Bo Nickel and Viviane Araujo would emerge victorious in their bouts. Charles Oliveira had a stellar performance against Michael Chandler. A bit surprising that he didn't get the finish in some of those positions, but Chandler is a tough dude, so I guess it's not all that surprising. I'm a tad bit surprised that Fighter got Fight of the Night honors, though. I know Chandler won the 5th round, but Ollie dominated that fight. Really want to see him fight for the belt next. Now to the main event. Stipe Miocic made it quite competitive in round 2, but that was about it. Jon Jones was too much to deal with on the ground and really utilized effective body kicks on the feet. In fact, it was a spinning back kick to the body that got Jones the finish in the 3rd. Post-fight interview, Stipe retired and Jon Jones implied he would fight Tom Aspinall, but then it seemed like he pulled back from that in the post-fight press conference. Oh boy, what the hell is going to happen now? Kamala Harris trying to explain the UFC heavyweight dilemma.
So Jon Jones is the UFC heavyweight champion, and Tom Aspinall is the UFC heavyweight interim champion. Now, usually an interim champion's first fight after getting the belt is against the champion. So they can unify those titles, because the idea of 2 champions is kind of absurd when you think about it. But in this particular case, champion Jon Jones has stated that he will not fight current interim champion Tom Aspinall. Because of this, mixed martial arts fans are saying that Jon Jones is ducking Tom Aspinall, meaning Jon Jones is trying to avoid fighting Tom Aspinall.
Thanks for watching, Fight Freaks. Remix is signing out, but I'll be back to bring you your fix.